if we want to make our students become proficient readers, the research suggests that we need to develop or promote extensive reading habits. So let's discuss the relationship between general comprehension skill, general comprehension of students, and extensive reading. To what extent extensive reading can help students develop their comprehension skills, right? So as you can see here, the research suggests that extensive, ER stands for extensive reading, that generally involves rapid reading. I mean, that's not slow reading, that's speed reading of large quantities of material, the text in large quality, in big qualities, for general understanding. So you are not like making meaning of each and every word or every sentence or paragraph. With the focus generally on the meaning of what's being read than on the language. So your focus in extensive reading is not to learn the language, rather the meaning presented through a particular text. And your purpose is not just to focus on the discursive features presented in the text, rhetorical features presented in the text, rather the meaning of the text. On the other hand, intensive reading, which is done in the classroom, which is done in the presence of the teacher, tends to emphasize on making meaning of each and every word, the paragraph, the sentence, and then goes to the whole. So that's much more guided by the teacher. And on the other hand, extensive reading is much more done by the students themselves. So the research suggests that extensive reading plays important role in terms of developing students' comprehension skills. So for instance, there are different characteristics of extensive reading which we're going to look at one by one. Students can read large amounts of material which suit them, which they find interesting, and which come from different genres, for example, mathematics, literature, science, geography, history. Students usually choose what they want to read. It's not the choice of the teacher, it's not choice of their parents, rather it's their own choice. Because a student's own choice can trigger motivation in them, can make them intrinsically motivated. Reading materials varies in terms of topic genre. So extensive reading means not reading like if you are only interested in fiction, that you just read in fiction. It can be texts coming from mathematics, or it can be coming from sociology, some other disciplines, in simple words, and materials are within the comprehension level of students. That the materials are not that difficult, and if the materials are too difficult, then the students may not be doing extensive. They might be stopped or blocked by the difficult words, and they might be forced to make the use of dictionaries. So this is important, that whatever the student choose for extensive reading, they are within their comprehension reach, right? Another characteristic is just to encourage students take part in post-reading activities. Post-reading activities is just to put them in pair or groups and make them discuss what they read, what they found, what was the information, how well the text was presented or written, what they found interesting, what was less interesting. And teacher can offer a sort of modeling to the students, and she can read with her students, like offering them as a model. Keeping track of what's being read is important in extensive reading. It's not like about just reading and forgetting, rather keeping a diary about what you have read. And so this is how the characteristics of extensive reading are of different nature, and as language teachers we need to take care of them if we want to promote extensive reading in the classroom. And the research suggests that extensive reading can have positive influence on comprehension of second language students.